Hello, ladies and gents. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Star Wars, what an absolute joke it really is. So we've got this new show, Star Wars The Acolyte. And what they're doing is just shrinking the universe even more. Now, a lot of people will be like, look, we want to know what Darth Plagueis is all about, right? Referenced here and there, learn a little bit, expanded media. So we want to know, sure. But the way they do it, not that compelling. Sadly. Not a massive surprise. It is a Disney after all. It's Kathleen Kennedy. It's also Leslie Headland. Famous, I guess, right-hand woman of notorious predator. Weinstein, I guess. Whatever you want to look at it. Not the best look. Not the best look. So we're not going to be expecting, well, I was going to say literary genius, but obviously it's a series, but I mean it's put to paper first. So I'll say literary genius. We can't expect that. But I wasn't expecting it to be quite as bad as what this sounds like. This is all rumour at this point in time. I've got to say that. Good source though. Bespin Bulletin, who Making Star Wars has, confirmed and corroborated their news reports before and have been completely right. So let's take a look at this. You'll see why I think this is, massive, big, hairy bag of dicks. Star Wars The Acolyte may finally reveal Darth Plagueis' origin story. Now, ladies and gents, the origin of things are always better in your head. I shouldn't need to tell you this. The imagination is always far more interesting than what they end up sandboxing themselves with. Like it always is. Always is. The origin of humanity. Something which has plagued the thoughts of philosophers for thousands of years. Fascinating stuff to think about. Where's the origin? Do we come from this? Do we come from that? Right? And then you just learn that it's just evolution. You're like, oh, all right then. I mean, that's not that exciting. Philosophers and religious zealots is what made us, conjure up this fascination of a higher being that populated the planet with things. That's far more interesting than evolution. Let's be honest. A magical spaghetti monster in the sky. Don't at me. I don't care. That's far more interesting. The imagination is far more exciting. But they're actually going to reveal the origin. And that's going to be really boring. We can guarantee it's not going to be that exciting. And we've got some information about it. So an interesting new rumour about Star Wars The Acolyte has started doing the rounds. And it sounds like we can expect Darth Plagueis to potentially factor into the Disney Plus series as well. Check it out! Sorry. Bespin Bulletin. I've also got a cough, by the way. I am recovering from Lorona. Has shared some interesting new details about The Acolyte, and the Disney Plus series could be more important to Star Wars canon than we expected, i.e. it's going to be garbage. So Leslie Headland is developing the show, and we recently learned that Amanda Stenberg's character, Aura, is going to be part of a tournament of sorts to become a Sith Lord's apprentice. Look, I'm not going to lie, that sounds like some garbage version of Hunger Games, but in the Star Wars universe. Alright, look, I will of course review this with open minds, when it airs, just like I do with anything. But I'm not going to lie, that sounds lame. This just sounds like pre-teen, Virgin TV series bollocks to me. It sounds like young adult nonsense. Like, I don't want that with Star Wars. Star Wars was always good for kids and adults. This just sounds like young adult stuff. So, in a tournament to become a Sith Lord's apprentice, what a pile of poo. Her sister is taken by the Jedi as a child, but the Force-sensitive young woman is deemed too old to join her and left to protect her village. Her home is frequently attacked by local aliens, and Aura's grandfather is ultimately killed during one such siege. Okay. Furious, she tracks the Jedi down who weren't there to help protect her people when it mattered most, but is stopped from seeing her sibling. I mean, Alright, I guess. Some sort of emotional conviction behind it. Sounds alright. It sounds like when we get a time jump in the second episode, as Aura's sister is now a Jedi Knight, as is a young Padawan who Stenberg's character actually befriended when the Jedi visited her village. Alright. However, by this point, Aura is part of that group learning to embrace the dark side with a Sith called Paul. Likely a code name. I fucking hope so. Said to be calling the shots. He orders Aura to kill the Padawan turned Jedi Knight, giving us an idea of how dark this series could get. I mean, it's not going to get dark. Alright, it's not. This is Disney+. Now, the big news, however, is that Darth Plagueis' character, Emperor Palpatine's master, will also factor into the show. So the site theorises that an alien character Aura befriends during that tournament is in fact Plagueis. So there's a tournament. We're going to get Hunger Games version of Plagueis. They're in a tournament to become Sith apprentices, and then they get buddies, and Darth Plagueis is there. Are you joking? Now, it's said that the human character Paul will only be in the first season of the Acolyte, so it makes sense to wrap things up with Aura and Plagueis killing Paul and becoming the new Sith Lords. There must always be two, remember? Why are they in a massive tournament then? So in other words, we could be getting a Plagueis origin story, going back to his very early days before he was a wise master who took the young, ambitious Palpatine under his wing. That just sounds like shite. This show takes place hundreds of years prior to the events of the Phantom Menace. So there's lots of characters and places to explore in this High Republic era. High Republic. They bloody sound like they're high when they wrote this. Needless to say, the Acolyte may have just got a whole lot more exciting. No. I'm going to go on a limb and say no. I reject the premise. That sounds like garbage. High Republic era, stop trying to make it a thing. No one's interested, firstly. Secondly, Aura gets buddy with Plagueis. They don't sound that evil then, do they? Like, alright, mate. Are you fighting to become a Sith Lord too? Oh, yeah, I am, mate. Alright, mate. Oh, shall we just kill Paul and be mates together? Alright, mate. No worries, mate. Proper shite. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out my Teespring store. Supporting the channel via this way does go a long way. But also, not only that, you do get to wear some awesome merch. These are one-of-a-kind designs designed for me by my graphic designer. We, of course, have our Clown World line, which is in mugs, hoodies, t-shirts. We've got Space Jeebus. And then for something a little bit different, we, of course, have right down at the bottom right here, we have our Pulsar GTIR. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out and supporting my second channel, which is Car Nonsense. This is a vlog and car channel. You can find links to this in the description box, along with my Teespring. Please do consider supporting.